Hey everyone. So you have gotten logged into Zoom with your Google credentials, and now you'd like to schedule a meeting for either you and your colleagues or your students. And so what I like to do is I like to schedule a new meeting. And so there's a button right here when you log in, schedule a new meeting. And I will give it a name, class number 1. That could be your subject area, for example. And I will schedule the date. I think I'll have this scheduled for Monday at 8 a.m. and it will last for an hour. These other bits of information, I tend to use my personal meeting ID. This number never changes. And so if a student already has a link to one of my meeting rooms, they can always join me in that meeting room. I typically don't require a meeting password, but you can experiment with that. I'd like the option for telephoning in or using computer audio, so I check both of those there. It doesn't matter to me if they join before the host. It's not checked, so I won't do it. And I like to have my students muted before they join my meeting. That way you're not getting blasted by sound. And so everything else, though, is pretty much the way I like it. I'll click on Save. And then I can either copy this invitation, which gives me a lot of information that I typically don't need, or I can just copy this, this Zoom address right here and get that to my students. And you might notice this is the same meeting address that you all have used to get logged into mine today. So anyway, that is that, kids. If you can get that address to your students, they'll be able to join you in your meeting. Hope this has been helpful.